in projectile motion is a motion in two dimensions. Projectile motion is a motion in two dimensions. So what do you mean by motion in two dimensions? The body moves both along horizontal direction as well as in vertical direction simultaneously. So if the motion of a body is along x-axis or y-axis, x-axis and y-axis simultaneously, then its motion is said to be a two-dimensional motion. Then its motion is said to be a two-dimensional motion. Consider this is xy plane, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Imagine a particle starts from the origin O, whose coordinates are 0, 0, and after some time it reaches to a position here to a point P, traveling along some path. Then what is the position of the particle after some time t in vector notation? If I want to write in vector notation, first you have to draw a straight line from the starting point to the ending point, that is from O to P. Then let us suppose if the particle has traveled to a point P whose coordinates are 3, 4, whose coordinates are 3, 4. That means it traveled along the x-axis 3 meters and along the y-axis 4 meters. It traveled 3 meters along the x-axis and 4 meters along the y-axis. So now this distance is 3 meters, which is traveled along the x-axis, and this distance is 4 meters, which is traveled along y-axis. This is x component, this is y component of the distance traveled. Now the distance traveled along the x-axis and the distance traveled along the y-axis, you know. So now you can write the position vector of the particle OP bar as 3i cap plus 4j cap, which already we know how to write this in vector notation. 3i cap plus 4j cap. This is the position vector of the particle P. Now this 3 is called the component of the vector OP bar along the x-axis. 4 is called component of the vector along y-axis. Okay, let us suppose if this vector is notated as a P bar, then the magnitude of P is equal to square root of 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to 5 meters. That means the displacement of the particle is 5 meters when it travels from O to P along any direction, but the displacement is the straight line path. And the magnitude of P bar is P. Then the component of that along x-axis is given by, suppose if this position vector makes an angle theta with x-axis, the x component is given by P cos theta and the y component is given by P sin theta. X component is given by P cos theta and y component is given by P sin theta. This is already we have discussed. So the x component of the vector P bar Px equal to P cos theta. The y component of the vector is Py equal to P sin theta. This is how we resolve the vector into its X component and Y component. X component is sometimes called as a horizontal component. Y component is called as a vertical component. So for this, I will just give you P sin theta. Now, I'll give you just an example how to resolve the components of vector. Suppose this is a xy plane. In this xy plane, you are having a vector which makes an angle of 30 degrees. P bar is a vector which makes an angle of theta equal to 30 degrees with x-axis. And the magnitude of the vector P bar is 10 units. Ante this vector may be a force vector. If it is a force vector, the unit is Newton. Okay. If it is a displacement vector, the unit is meters. Force vector Newton. Or it can be some another vector also. It can be some other vector also. It can be a force vector or any vector. Okay. Then what is the component of the vector in x direction? If the angle made by the vector with x-axis is theta, then component of the vector in x direction is given by p cos theta, which is equal to p 10 units. Cos theta is cos 30 degrees. Cos 30 degrees is root 3 by 2. So 10 into root 3 by 2, which is equal to 5 root 3 units. And the component of the vector along the y direction is given by py is equal to p sin theta if theta is the angle made with x-axis. So p is 10 into sin 30 degrees. Sin 30 degrees is half 10 into half, which is equal to 5 units. So x component of the vector is 5 root 3 and y component of the vector is 5 units. X component is 5 root 3, y component of the vector is 5 units. Now I can write the vector p bar as x component is 5 root 3. So 5 root 3 I cap plus y component is 5 units, 5 j cap. 5 root 3 I cap plus 5 j cap. 5 root 3 I cap plus 5 j cap. This is the vector notation of the vector. Okay. You know I cap is the unit vector along the x direction. J cap is the unit vector along the y direction. I cap is the unit vector along the x direction. J cap is the unit vector along the y direction, y axis. Now, if I find the magnitude of the vector from this vector notation, again, you will get the same value. You see, p bar magnitude that is equal to square root of 5 root 3 whole square plus 5 square. 5 square 25, root 3 whole square is 3. So 25 3 is 75 plus 5 square 25. So 75 plus 25 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So already in the beginning, I have taken magnitude of the vector p bar is 10 units. Now I got after resolution of the vector also, if I find the magnitude, I got again 10 units. I got again 10 units. So my resolution of vector is correct here. So if a vector p bar makes an angle 30 degrees with x-axis or an angle theta with x-axis, then the x component of the vector is p cos theta and y component of the vector is p sine theta. X component of the vector is p cos theta and y component of the vector is p sine theta. So you have to remember this, how to resolve the vector into x component and y component. If this is a velocity vector, that means the particle is moving with a velocity of 5 root 3 units, meters per second if it is given. If it is moving in the xy plane with a velocity 10 meters per second, making an angle of 30 degrees with x-axis, then it is traveling with a velocity of 5 to 3 meters per second along the x-axis and 5 meters per second along the x-axis simultaneously. At the same time, it is moving along the x-axis as well as along the y-axis, as well as along the y-axis. This is how we resolve the vector into components. Now, let us suppose if you are given the same in the form of velocity vectors. Imagine a particle is moving in xy plane. Okay. Suppose on the table, if you roll a marble in some direction. Okay. Imagine this is the table. At one edge of the table, I am taking the origin. One is x-axis, one is other y-axis. So from this edge, I will push the marble in some other direction, some direction. Then the marble moves. Let us suppose the marble is moving in the plane of the table, which I am taking it as xy plane with a velocity v bar. Let the marble is moving with a constant velocity v bar, neglecting friction between table and the marble by making an angle theta with the x-axis. Then this velocity, this particle has a component of velocity vx along x-axis and a component of velocity vy along y-axis. And the component of velocity along x-axis is given by v cos theta. And the component of velocity along y-axis is given by v sin theta. Now, the velocity vector can be written as v bar is equal to, along x direction, the velocity is v cos theta. The unit vector along x direction is I cap, plus along y direction, it is v sin theta. And the unit vector along y direction is j cap. So the vector notation of that velocity vector is v cos theta I cap plus v sin theta j cap. V cos theta I cap plus v sin theta j cap. This is the vector notation of the velocity vector. Vector notation of the velocity vector. V cos theta I cap plus v sin theta j cap. Now, if I find the magnitude of the vector v, square root of v cos theta whole square plus v sin theta whole square. So v square cos square theta plus v square sin square theta you can write. Now, if I take v square common in both of them, then it becomes cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So this becomes square root of v square, which is equal to v. So the magnitude of velocity, whatever we have taken in the beginning, whatever the magnitude of velocity in the beginning, which I have taken it as v, after resolving, if I find the magnitude of velocity, I am getting v. This is how we resolve the velocity vector into components. So this is how we can resolve the vector into its components in 2 dimensions. In 3 dimensions, we discussed about direction cosines and we discussed in vectors how to write a vector in 3-dimensional space, how to resolve the vector into its components in 3D space. Now, let us suppose this particle is moving with some acceleration also in x direction or in y direction, along with the velocity, the particle has acceleration also. Then what we do, we split it into two directions. One is x direction, and another one is y direction. Already now we have split the velocity into two components. The velocity along x direction is v cos theta, and the velocity along the y direction is v sin theta. Now, let us suppose if the particle has a acceleration in x direction which is equal to ax, and the particle has an acceleration in y direction which is equal to ay. Imagine it has those accelerations along x direction and y direction also. Then what is the velocity of the particle after some time t? After some time t. So now here, for your understanding, I will write the initial velocity of the particle as ux and uy. Then the final velocity of the particle vx along the x-axis after some time is, you know, the formula v equal to u plus at. But you are solving this along x direction only, vx equal to ux plus ax into t. In the same way, what is the velocity along y direction after some time? Vy is equal to uy plus ay into t. Then you can write the velocity vector v bar after some time equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Find the values separately, vx and vy, and you substitute here. Or you can write v bar is equal to u bar plus a bar into t, where u bar is the initial velocity vector which is equal to ux I cap plus uy j cap, and acceleration a bar is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap. Directly you can substitute those values in this equation, or you can separately find vx and vy, and you can find substitute those values here. Question raised by you, a good question raised by you. So here the initial velocity, if you take, you can take it as u, no problem. U cos theta, u sin theta, the initial velocity. So then this is ux I cap plus uy j cap. So ux equal to u cos theta, uy equal to u sin theta. This is how you can find the velocity vector of a particle after some time. You can separately find the velocity along x-axis, velocity along y-axis, and you can write the velocity vector v bar equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap, or directly you can write v bar equal to u bar plus a bar into t. This is how to find the velocity. Now, how to find the displacement vector? So you know that s equal to ut plus half at square. So first you find the displacement of the particle along x direction, sx equal to ux into t plus half ax into t square, and find the displacement along the y direction, sy equal to uy into t plus half ay into t square. Now you got the displacement of the particle along x direction. The particle, if it starts from origin and travels to some point P here, then the displacement of the particle along x direction is sx, and the displacement of the particle along y direction is sy. Then the total displacement of the particle s bar is given by sx I cap plus sy j cap, sx I cap plus sy j cap. This is the vector notation of the displacement of the particle. Suppose if he asks what is the magnitude of the vector displacement, that is equal to sx square plus displacement along x direction whole square plus sy square displacement along y direction whole square. Or instead of doing separately, you can find the displacement vector directly as s bar equal to u bar into t plus half a bar into t square. In this equation, you have to substitute u bar equal to ux I cap plus uy j cap and a bar equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap, and you get directly the displacement vector. And also you can use the formula v square minus u square, the third equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Here you use it as v bar dot v bar, that is final velocity vector dot product, minus u bar dot u bar is equal to 2 into a bar dot s bar, 2 into a bar dot s bar. So depending upon the given quantities and required quantities, we can use either of these three equations. Sometimes we have to use more than one equation also to solve the problems, numericals. Sometimes we use only one of these equations. Sometimes we need to use more than one of these three equations of motion. But we have to use separately along x-axis and y-axis. Finally you can combine them or you can directly use them. Suppose in this case, if I want, I can write the velocity vector along x-axis first, that is vx square minus ux square is equal to 2 into acceleration along x direction into displacement along x direction. 2 into acceleration along x direction into displacement along x direction. And vy square minus uy square is equal to 2 into acceleration along y direction into displacement along y direction. And after finding vx and vy, you can substitute in the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2a. Yes. Okay. So if you are given ux, ax and sx, then you can find vx and finally you can substitute in this formula v square minus u square equal to 2a. Okay. So this is how you can resolve the velocity vectors, acceleration vectors, and the displacement vectors into components along x and y direction. And you can find what is the displacement of the particle after some time t, or what is the velocity of the particle after some time t, or what is the velocity of the particle after traveling some distance, like this we can find. Suppose if he asks the body is moving with uniform acceleration, what is the displacement along x direction after some time t? Then this can be given by average velocity ux plus vx by 2 into t. This is the distance traveled along the x-axis for particle moving with uniform acceleration. And the distance traveled along the y-axis, average velocity along the y direction, uy plus vy by 2 into t. This is the displacement of the particle along y direction. Then the net displacement is given by xi cap plus y j cap. Find the value of x and y and you substitute here. Then you will get the net displacement of the particle. So this is how we resolve the vectors into components when the particle is traveling in x,